Disappointing result for Uganda.
Exactly, Paul. Exactly, Paul. After drawing the opening game, they were definitely coming to look for a win in this one, but falling short against the national sevens club champions from Kenya. Up next is a game between the home team Kenya Morans up against Western Bulls, also from Kenya, from the Kakamega region of Kenya.
Yes, indeed. Kenya Morans had a wonderful performance in their first game.
Exactly, obliterating Botswana 50 points to 0 in that opening game, while Western Bulls defeated the Zambians in the opening game. They meet rapturous reception from the crowds.
When you hear the crowd getting that vociferous, it's a clear indicator that one of the Kenya sides are playing. Kenyans get fully behind their teams, but at times can be a bit impatient with their Kenya sides as well, when things are not going quite so well. We have quite an array of fans, all decked out in different colors. The profile of the game has truly changed. I think, if I'll speak and perhaps betray my age, at some point I knew everyone who went to watch the game of rugby, but that is not quite the case nowadays. So Botswana, Western Bulls. Apologies, they are dressed in probably the same kit. What will happen if they meet tomorrow? Mugaisi, Fabian Orlando, Chenge, lovely offload to Fabian, just wasn't able to hold on. Not back the required 10 meters. At the center of many of the Morans plays Augustine Lugonze. And he starts off from the penalty. Charles Omondi. It's rugged back row from Strathmore University. Western Bulls are not overawed by the occasion at all. In danger of being isolated. Looks to have played that twice. Referee says it's fine. Space on the outside for the Bulls. Oh, good breakthrough. Still going. Oh, Chris Asengo, no! Lionel Kinyangi looked like he'd made it through. Well, if the Morans thought this was going to be an easy run for them, they better think twice.
It's going to be a long day at the office, but early days yet. Let's see how it turns out to be.
Early days indeed. Taja just come into field of play. And it's a Western Bulls ball, much to the consternation of the Morans. Telegraph that. Keegan. Mugaisi. Not this time. The Morans retain possession. Chenge. Great offload in the tackle. Mondi. The Morans are in for a tough afternoon of rugby. Sikuta takes it quickly. Mondi just trying that offload under quite a lot of pressure. Yet another penalty. this rate, the Western Bulls may find themselves a man down if they test the referee's patience to the extreme. Mugaisi, another high tackle. Lugonze, still going. The Western Bulls with some desperate defending. And another penalty. Referee playing advantage, Fabian Orlando. What a try by the Morans captain. Great determination.
Remember, Paul, he's playing against many of his former schoolmates from Kakamega High School who are pretty much the majority of the Western Bulls team. The same for players like Augustine Lugonzo, who started out his club rugby at Western Bulls before moving to Homeboys. Incidentally, Davis Chenge also plays for Western Bulls. Probably this probably explains the dogged determination from the Western Bulls players early on before conceding the try.
Well, at this rate, we might as well just start a village from Western Kenya here at the rugby team.
Why not?
So it's the Morans. We've taken the lead 7-0. Lugonze to restart. Bit of hesitation. Swarming defense from the Morans. Again forcing the mistake. Kinyangi straight off his feet. Keegan takes it quickly. It's all very slow. Mugaisi using his power. Could have gone anywhere. But now the Bulls have men over. That's a lovely switch pass. There's space on the right if they can look at it. Excellent offload. I'm impressed by this Western Bulls outfit at the moment. Thinking, they're looking to create space for each other.
Most importantly, they're looking very comfortable when in possession.
Now Western Bulls penalized once more. The penalty count against them in this half. Sikuta dealt with the defender almost effortlessly. Still quite a bit to do. You almost thought Brian Bango had him. But he's quick and strong. A lot of talk about the potential this young man has. I think many are waiting to see if he actually fulfills on that.
He was a former footballer at the St. Joseph's High School in Kitale, bursting onto the scene in 2011 at the National Secondary School Games in Kakamega. And since then, there's been so much talk about Dan Scooter. Let's just see the try again.
Very raw and powerful play he is. Fabian Orlando gives that a lot of height. Scooter back in the thick of action. Keegan. Fabian Orlando. Good tackle. Straight off his feet was Mugaisi. Western Bulls can get a try. Make this match very interesting indeed.
Indeed, the next try scored at this point of the game will really determine the outcome of the match.
So a half gap was Lionel Kinyangi. Still comfortable on the ball. That's a great pass. Can he go all the way? Desperate tackle. Bernard Ashoya was flying.
Desperate defending there from the Morans captain, Fabian Orlando, keeping the scoreline clean. Because, as you said, Ashoya was flying and would have ended up over the try line.
Leading from the front, his captain Orlando doesn't look too happy most times, and I think that's the final play of the half. So close yet so far. But it is the Kenya Morans who go into halftime with a 12-point lead after those two tries. The beginning of the first half was the middle.
Everyone trying to hit a ball. Off the run, sitting on the run, trigger. You don't fly for the offload. No offloading. Once you into the tackle, you go down, you place, the next guy makes a decision. Sour. Right? Let's focus. Let's start thinking. Okay? If you want to take it into the touch, you put the guys at the center, you go to the bench. Are we together? At the center, you go. Touchline, right now. Sour. What we're going to do is
let's communicate more. Tuongee.
So instructions there from Felix Ochieng to get a lot more width. Touchline, as he said, asking them to spread the Western Bulls so they can make inroads through the center. It's unbelievable the size of the crowd coming to Kasarani. Many had criticized Kenya Rugby Union for bringing it here, but I think they're justified. The game of rugby has grown exponentially in a very short time. So I think it is justified when they look for a venue that the team can be comfortable in. Ushimare looked to be away from that excellent kickoff. Referee has given a penalty, though man was played in the air. Kevin Keegan, a little show of the ball. The referee seems to have missed that. Looked like a knock-on. Surely that was a knock-on. But it's a 5-meter scrum to the Western Bulls. One minute into the second half. Look at the pressure coming through from the scrum. Guys, see the tackle. Yes, he got there. What a try. Bramwell Shikanda. You didn't think he was going to get there at all. Span off the tackle. Makes matters interesting indeed.
Once again, we see the deceptive running of Bram Shikanda and the determination that just takes him over the line. And Paul, as you said, interesting news now. The next try could tie this game or extend the lead.
This match has now become much more competitive than many would have thought. So conversion missed, but it takes the Western Bulls to within one score of the Morans. It's just a 7-point game. Not the scoreline many had predicted. Nevertheless, a good game of rugby. Many like cheering for the underdog, and the Western Bulls are definitely the underdog in this match. Can they do the unthinkable and actually tie? Well, they're 5 meters from the line. Almost through, isolated. Well done by Lugonze. Great awareness. Knew exactly what to do. And picked the ball up just as he lost his feet. That knocked on in the tackle. Well spotted by the referee this time. Fans having a fantastic time. There's a lot going on. There's a village just outside the stadium. Big screens, there's dancing competitions. It's all happening.
And of course there's plenty of food to eat. You can't have all these things without food.
And drink as well.
Oh yes.
But you and I are stuck in the commentators booth.
For a long while, but comes with the territory.
Fabian Orlando looks to make some territory for the Morans. Chenge unceremoniously dumped to the ground. The Morans maintain possession. Gonze didn't need to go in. Chris Osego. Some more urgency in the Morans attack at the moment. They realize they need to put some comfort. Tony Award, one of the quickest forwards we have in club competition in Kenya. And he's shown people just why he's so highly rated at Strathmore University.
Exactly. And as you said, Paul, Morans suddenly showing more urgency. Probably that is what had been lacking in their game up to now.
Tony Rowe just put his head down. Great try by the from Nairobi school forward. Sliced that to the left of the post. Chris Osego. I think they can breathe a bit easier. Some nice impact on Charles Omondi's wrist. 17-5 in the final 2 minutes of this match. Chris Osego hoists that very high indeed. Confidently taken by Elvis Otieno, but was just not able to stay in the field of play. The referee is not going to allow that. Like some dark clouds gathering. Hopefully it will stay dry. Just in the background. See that? Good offload. Fabian Orlando seemed to be in two minds about what to do. Aldai Mukidza is never one to hesitate at all on taking on the defense. Referees have been briefed to be very strict when policing the breakdown. Duncan Abuyeka. We're now into the final 30 seconds of the match. This could just be playing for pride from the Western Bulls. I think the Morans will just run down the clock, take the line out, probably kick it out. But has been the case during the course of the day. At times many of these teams just prove the commentators wrong and just proceed to play. That's the hooter. Referee gives a penalty. Kisisek wants to take it quickly. He has not. Referee signaling a scrum. They've not taken it from the correct spot. Very thoughtful Felix Ochieng. Ponderous pose.
Probably he's doing the calculations in his head, just in case there's a tie in the group.
I'm impressed. I avoid mental calculations as much as I can. Western Bulls. Can they finish with a flourish? Oh, fancy offload through the back. And yes, they are going to finish strong. Bernard Ashoya. He enjoys that just as much as we did. Bramwell Shikanda did the spade work. And Ashoya put on the afterburners all the way to the try line. That was Shikanda. Lovely offload. Well, quite a close finish at the end of it all. Conversion. Struck nicely, but off to the right. And that's the final bit of action from this encounter. Main Cup competition. Kenya Morans 17, Western Bulls 10. After that very bright start in their first game, the Morans have found they're going a bit tougher. Although they will not complain about getting a win.